should be connecting right about now. You remember the mic etiquette, right? About a fistful away.
Not like this shit.
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, fam. What's so funny is that motherfuckers will come on and you be like, all right, bro, bam, bam, bam. They be like, cool. So I was talking to my grandmother. She like, bitch, I just told you to look this way. How you doing, bro? You Gucci?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Give us a song right now. Sing it.
For
We're technically live. Give me, not one of your songs, you fucking psychopathic, you fucking narcissistic piece of shit. Give me a song that you like that's not Tory Lanez or Drake.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. Give me. Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fucking fair. Give me a Drake song that you like and give me like 10 seconds of it right now. Go.
Fuck, you give me
right
a
now.
Drake song.
Give me the easiest one. All right, let's do, what's a good Drake song?
Exactly, there's too many to pick.
Damn.
There's too many to pick.
Quiet space. A dead air. This is something you shouldn't do when you're giving an interview. Let's just breathe in the mic for about 10 seconds. Come on. As we think of Drake songs. Fuck that. We got my man Stephan on a goddamn show today. This is one of my favorite people in the world because he has a great sense of humor. He can do many, many things, and one of them is fuck your ass up. So I like to always sit down with people who like to laugh and be friendly, but they always got that good ace in their pocket. Like, I could just beat your ass right now. So on the record, you will not be beating my ass during this interview, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you,
not.
my man. I was worried about it. I said, look, man, what if he just had a bad day yesterday? He just want to fuck somebody's ass up. Go fuck up Jesse and them motherfuckers. Leave me for the fun, happy time. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing, brother?
I'm glad to have you back on today. We're going to talk about fight shit, your fight shit, music shit, your music shit, coronavirus, tattoos on the neck, cool-ass chains on their neck. What else? Kicking people in the face. What's been up with you since the last time we talked? You were dropping music. How's the music going?
Everything's going well. I dropped a song, I think like 2-3 weeks ago. It's got about 13,000 plays. Everything's going
Booming.
well. Everything's going.
No.
pretty
See,
well.
I like when you motherfuckers do shit like that. You know, things are kind of good. Got
Yeah,
10 million
they're
plays.
going on,
You know,
right? It could be a lot more, but
it could be a lot more,
it could
but
be a lot less.
for a lot of motherfuckers out of Baltimore,
Yeah.
that's like,
yeah.
you got how many Smiths? Shout out your stage name. What's your stage name?
Vacant, not Vincent.
Yo,
You
I swear
fucking
it was-
dickhead.
Bro, I'm one of the dickheads, so, bro. See, that's all I'm glad you said you were going to beat me up. I swore it was fucking Vacant.
Yeah, it is
No,
Vacant.
no,
That's
Vincent.
what
I thought it was Vincent.
No.
But you could see how it could be Vincent, though, right? Like real quick
yeah,
to a
if
dummy.
it was VNCNT, but there's no
Man, it might
first
be Reed,
N.
man. I just saw V, man. I saw V and a T, and I just put all the letters together.
Yeah, no, I was out one time, and this kid that I know, but he listened to him. Usually he called me Vincent, and I was so confused. I was like, I thought bro forgot my name. It's like, and then like somebody else asked me how I pronounce the artist name, and then that was when I realized like, oh, that's why that motherfucker called me Vincent, because I was dumbass confused. I was like, my name's Stephan, and then we just kept talking, but I was dumbass confused about that.
Bro, you pulled me to the side one day very kindly. You said, hey, bro, by the way, that post you put up, you put like the wrong C in the end. I think I had it like, what was it? Vacant. I had it like Vacant.
Yeah.
But it's Vincent. No,
it's
it's not. Fuck, man. It's Vacant, not Vincent.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Indifference is the enemy. If they didn't give a fuck what the name was or how to pronounce it, that's your problem.
Yeah, no,
So at least
that's
motherfuckers
a
don't
fact.
understand exactly how. So they
Yeah.
ask you, oh yeah, by the way, this is the music, etc. So that's booming, that's jamming. You got any projects coming out? Another EP? Another CD?
Nah, not right now. What you realize is like people are willing. Even someone like the bigger artists, like for I don't know, let's throw out any artist.
Tory
that's
Lanez.
that's not Drake or Tory Lanez.
All right. DMX.
I'm not listening to a full project of DMX.
Right.
If he dropped tomorrow, I'm not listening to a full project. Another artist.
Yeah.
Name another.
LL Cool J.
I'm not dropping. I'm not listening to a full project.
Period.
He
He said I'm gonna stop LL Cool J project. Period.
Yeah, no, I'm not listening to the only artists that I really listen like a full project are the ones that I'm really big fans
Right.
of. But like, let's say, like, no disrespect to Kanye. If Kanye drop a full project, I'm not listening to all that.
Does it depend on so it could be a project, but it could be maybe an 8-song project. It's like it's kind of cheating. It's like,
But
this is
it
not
depends
really a
who it is too.
Right.
Like, people be dropping these fucking local artists dropping 15-song projects, and it's like, bro, you gonna have a hell of a time getting people to listen to it. They're willing to listen to one song 3-4 minutes. They're not willing to listen to an hour-long shit. I remember when Drake dropped More Life, and that's my favorite artist. That's Drake. And it was like 22 songs. I was like, bro, I'm not listening to all this shit at once.
I'll catch the second half another time.
Yeah, I'm not listening to all this shit at once.
How hard is it for people to take you serious? Because You listen. If you haven't heard this young man, I say young man. That's how you know I'm getting old. Young man. Hey, live here on CNN. If you haven't heard this young man's music, what's your name? Vince Vacant. If you haven't heard his music, do yourself a favor and check it out. But you're very, very good at it, right? But sometimes the world's between being a great fighter and a singer. People can't understand. It's like, what the hell? You mean you punch people, which means you should be a badass and you're mean, but you also sing to motherfucking chicks and rap. Like, I can't take all this talent. Like, how hard is it for people to be like, yeah, yo, I'm a fighter and respect me for that, but also, if you ain't scared of me punching you in the face, I can sing your girl out of her undies.
I don't even really tell people I'm an artist because there's so many, and like everybody wants to be a rapper. So if you tell them like, oh, I make music, they're just assuming you're another one of them. Everybody. So I don't even tell them, and I'm not even a rapper. I sing, but I don't go around telling people for that reason. Right. It's like, oh, everybody does. It's like everybody's trying to be a rapper, and then you hear this shit, and you're like, oh god. So I just,
bro, when I was rapping, and I'm older, everybody was still trying to be a rapper. Yeah, so it's just what it is. People are always gonna kind of hate on you in a way, and it's almost like, well, everybody's doing. It's like, well, bitch,
exactly.
But you're not good at anything. So you need to. Everybody's doing something, and you're not good at any of that shit. So shut the fuck up. But yeah, I do. I gave you this compliment in private, but so I used to be. I can say you're always a musician or poet, right?
Yeah.
Like you could be a martial artist for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
So I was in the music game for years and audio engineering as well. And one of the greatest compliments you can ever give, which I gave to you off camera, is when somebody doesn't know what's your music.
Yeah.
Because they give you usually the honest answer. If I fuck with you as a person, but your music is trash, but I really like you, I might just be a little nicer. Like, oh, man, that's what's up, yo. Like, keep doing it. For real, shorty, you out. But if I don't know it's you, I'm like, man, turn that. Who trash is this on? You like, damn.
That's a fear every time my shit, because, like, I'll play my music in the gym, like I'll just have it on random, and then one of my songs come on. I'm like, yo, somebody say this.
Do you watch sometimes, like the body language changes?
Yeah, it's like, yo, I gotta punch somebody.
Come on, man. You like my song or not, motherfucker?
No, but I don't even let them know it's me. I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Turn this off. I do
but
that
you
shit.
You can't even get mad at them.
No, I wouldn't get mad. I'll just be like, oh.
When it's time to spar,
no,
though,
I don't know what that is.
I don't know who that wag ass motherfucker is too.
Yeah, no, you right. This shit you need to get turned
I was making a video for Marlon. How you pronounce Marlon last name?
Marlon Marias.
I always say Moranis. I don't know why. Z Vacant Vincent and all that shit. But we had him on, and I came together with a little video, and I was like, damn, whose music can I use that's hot? But also, I was like, well, fuck, why not use somebody from our gym, one of the fucking coaches, who also can sing and rap? This motherfucker. So I used your song, and as you're doing any kind of editing, for anyone who's ever done any kind of editing, I played your song probably, bro, like 50 times.
Yeah.
And it was certain verses I played like 50,000 times.
You wanted the time perfectly. And
so, you know, my wife is gonna leave me one day, but she hasn't yet. But as she's like wanting to spend time together and like do shit, and I'm over there on my phone editing and shit, right? And she's like, I think I was in the bedroom, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm finally done this video. I'm gonna send a rough draft copy to the guys and get their opinion. And I was like, yeah, the song. Somehow I brought up your song, and she was like, oh yeah, that joint nice. I like that. Yeah. And I said, you know, that's Steph. And she's like, that's who? I like that Steph. You know, she didn't even know you even did this shit, or she forgot when I told her.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, the motherfucker. He's breakdance, sings, raps, cooks, fucking makes fucking airplane. Like,
I don't cook.
So he's like, she's like, oh, he's really, really good. So me remembering how it is as an artist to get people to even pay attention, like you were saying, you could be Drake and drop a 15 track, then they like, man, we not listening to more.
Not everybody.
So I was like, let me go tell him this shit. Like, bro, my wife, she doesn't give anybody love that's not deserved. Like, man, I ain't gonna call her a hater, but you gotta earn that shit, bro. Like, you can knock somebody else, she'd be like, I could have knocked him out.
Like, it was all right. His hand was down.
He let him hit her. But she told me, I said, let me go tell Steph, man, that somebody who didn't have any reason to tell you face to face that it was hot. She thought it was hot, man. It didn't sound like anything that she didn't like. I think that day we was listening to Roddy Ricch all day. Mm-hmm. So you know when you get your mind gets.
Roddy Ricch.
So
I love.
You're doing a good job, bro.
Thank you.
Let's talk about some of these UFC fights. This guy right here is one of those dudes, right? I am a lover of martial arts, mixed martial arts, and I think I know what I'm talking about, and I think I'm abreast on shit, stats, injury reports, all that type shit. But then you get next to a motherfucker and you realize there's levels. And he's one of these assholes. You be like, yeah, man, you know, Aldo ain't fighting. And he'd be like, yeah, because, you know, last summer, and then he had an injury last summer, but he actually made weight. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck did you get all these stats? So another thing, you don't just participate in martial arts, but you love it, and you really you're in depth with it all. This
Absolutely.
last fight, we were privy to one of the greatest fights in mixed martial arts history, let
Absolutely.
alone the female.
Yeah, I
division.
was annoyed when people were saying that, and they're like, "Oh, it's one of the best women's fights of all time."
Best-
Like,
best
no,
fights,
it's one of the
period.
best fights of all time. Just,
Why was it one of the best? Now this is where you go into your nerd MMA shit. Watch this. Watch how he just zooms. So technically, if you count this punch to the combi strike,
Well, I mean, yeah, when you do talk, when you talk about like the strikes, they said between the first 2 rounds they had thrown like a combined over 300 strikes. That shit is unheard
how
of.
hard is that as a fighter?
Fucking tiring, real hard.
300
I say if you
fucking
compare it to the fact that Yoel threw, I think it was 89 strikes throughout 5 rounds. And
It's
they
fucking crazy.
they had fucking both thrown more than that by the second round. It's insane. And they're both, and like somebody pointed out that they're getting hit with shots in the middle of their combinations, and they're just like, "Fuck it, I'm finishing my combination." It's not like, oh, they get hit and they stop. They were like, "No, I'm
Bang,
finishing
bang,
this
boom.
shit." Yeah,
Their
whatever it is,
names.
I'm
We didn't give
finishing.
them respect. What are their names?
Zhang Wei Li and Joanna. I have
Jo-
no.
Jo-
Joan
Jens-
Jacek, some shit.
Yeah,
like
Jo-
that, yeah.
Sorry.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know how
yeah.
you actually pronounce it. That's
Right.
just what, that's
Vacant
what the
Vincent,
commentators
one of 'em.
say. Exactly.
But no, it was truly. I was watching with my wife at the time. We were at a buddy of mine's house, and it was like, damn, the type of damage they're taking, the pace of the fight, and not even so much like old school UFC 5 where they're just brawling.
Yeah,
It's just hard.
it's good
No, it's hard,
technique,
but it's
yeah.
technique.
Yeah.
It's even a lot of times we talk about as a coach, as a fighter. As you get tired, your brain gets foggy, and a lot of
Yeah.
the counts. These motherfuckers was throwing sharp
Just
counts
running
in
and
the
shit, yeah.
5th round,
Just running
fucked
and
up.
shit, yeah.
How hard is that to do that?
Very
extremely
yeah,
hard.
Yeah, so you see guys at the highest level not do it. They get tired. They start forgetting to feint. They start forgetting to like finish the combination with a kick and shit. That's something Joanna never forgets. Like it's always punches and then finishes with the kick. That's something again the best guys forget. The best martial artists in general, not just guys, women. They forget that shit, and they were again that pace that they said was fucking insane.
Wild.
Insane.
We had Ellie and Vince on. Shout out Ellie and Vince from Ground Control, and we made somewhat of a correlation between like female fighters and the dedication. Like once they're locked in, like when Katrina says she's gonna run from AMT, that motherfucker runs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Versus
yeah.
you might have even ourselves, right, or guys where it's like they'll bullshit sometimes, right? In your experience when sparring or training with some of your female combatants, how much of a difference do you know it between the two, or is there any difference at all? Male and female.
To me,
Dedication, you know.
I mean, Katrina's definitely one of the most dedicated fighters at the gym. I don't think it really matters the gender and shit like that too much. Really just like how much you're invested into it. Like I'm at the gym training 5-6 days a week for hours and hours at a time.
Jesus.
But then you get somebody like again Katrina who's doing that shit too. She's doing them more than most of the male fighters.
Right.
So
whoa.
I think
Get up on that mic real quick for me. Say something.
Yep.
All right, there we go. For a second, it wasn't peaking. I said, "Ooh."
Okay. Yeah, no, and I think it just matters how much you're actually invested into it. And if you're fighting, you should be very invested to it because you're gonna get your ass whooped if
Right.
you're not. Yeah.
It's when people see me in my fight videos and know my journey, they have a certain understanding of it, right? And my thing was more of a bucket list. I think if I would have jumped into it earlier, I probably would have dedicated more.
Yeah.
But don't look at my shit. You gotta understand. You can go in there and sparring be changed forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This shit is serious for y'all. Like, you know, we're not just punching. I mean, for those who are just doing mitt works, that's what it is. But even then, you can break your fucking hand or fuck your wrist up. You know, you can really jam a knee, pop your knee out.
Yeah.
It's very, very serious. When you've had friends and family come to you, do you find that they all respect what you're doing, or do they think you still kind of playing? Because you're not on the UFC, you're not making all this money yet.
So I think when I first like started deciding that I was training and I was gonna fight and shit, I think they thought that I was kind of playing, and then they see me winning, and then I win again, and then I win again, and then I win again, and now they're like, oh no, something's going on. Like I'm not just bullshitting this.
Right.
And I think they started to realize that because again, it's just the same thing. It's like when you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be an actor, I'm gonna be this and that. Nobody gives a fuck until you started succeeding, and then, and I mean, I haven't done shit as a fighter as far as like succeeding, like being a successful fighter, but I've had success while fighting, competing. That. Yeah, no, I ain't got no motherfucking money.
Like, that's part of the fight of life. You touch on that some more too.
Yeah, so like, but then like again, first fight, nobody's really like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come. Second fight,
you keep talking. I'm just gonna move it down.
Yeah. Third, fourth, fifth fight, they see you continuously winning, and now they start to take it seriously.
Right. Why the fuck isn't your... Sorry, guys. We just want to make sure that everything he's saying, which is very important, is actually reaching you guys. So let me... he's like, he's giving us too much fucking credit. Maybe like that. There we go.
All right.
Give me a mic check real quick.
Yeah.
That's better. There we go. Yeah, I think what you're saying is a great parallel even with this platform. When we first started, Nick the homie, he doing his thing. But it takes a while sometimes for people to say, okay, it's been over a year, it's working on 2 years or 3 years, he's still doing it.
And they see you're
the quality,
improving the sound and all that shit, and then they start
for you to be like, like right now you're doing a much different strength and conditioning. I told you last time I saw you, you always been talented, right? And as far as the evolution, you constantly growing, getting better.
Yes,
but I started seeing you like physically change, and you what's the big motherfucker we work out with in the gym? Alex, big swole Alex. He like squats 500 pounds on one toe.
Bro,
you've been working with him a lot too, huh?
He grabs like the weight that I'm power.
I saw it in the video.
Grabbed that shit like it was a suitcase and just carried it. I was
He's
like,
such a nice guy too.
He's
so nice.
Yeah, he is.
He could really be an asshole, couldn't he? Viking the same, big guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I mean, like if that guy looks at your girl, what you gonna say to him? A normal person, they might say something, and then they see how big he is, and like, oh.
I'll just rub his back. I'll make it easy for him.
Like, nah, you got it.
I think if we make him finish early, it just makes it easier for everybody. Hey man, take your time. No, actually, don't take your time. So Jesse, he's an asshole, isn't he? Don't we hate Jesse?
I love
fucking Jesse. No. It's not. We said right when we walked in here. We said Jesse's the worst. He gave us.
Oh, you talking about when I was complaining about the Kid Rock music that he be playing in the gym?
Kid Rock. Stop that. What's the other one? What's the
he
other
loves
song
2020 Eminem. We're not listening to Eminem in 2020. Not 2020 Eminem at least.
What's the other artist he like? The Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
What's his name?
And he likes Tiger.
He like Tiger?
Unfortunately.
I like Tiger new hairline though. Tiger with it, fam. Tory too. Tory got his shit back.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Tiger shit look the best though, cause he got cornrows now with his new shit.
His shit was fucked.
It's all good.
And now everything good again.
I'm telling you, I would take a fight with TRTV tour right now. For a new hairline. Fuck you. Wake me up, bro. Wake me up. But first I'm just be like, is it there?
TRTV tour, bad motherfucker. Yeah.
Scary. As far as your progression with martial arts and you getting better and better, I know you have aspirations of becoming a professional fighter.
Absolutely.
And not just getting in the ring. Like you sparring with Marlon.
Yeah.
You moving around with pros.
Yeah.
You also need iron sharpens iron, right?
Yes,
and
100%.
You can't just always be the fucking hammer. You need people that's gonna keep you accountable. And a quick shout out, wasn't even planning to do this, but my man Paulie, out of the gym. How is it important for you to have Paulies and for mats and for guys to flow in and out of other gyms to keep you sharp, so you're not just whooping on everybody else?
Yeah, no, because like when I get with some fighters or like some people that they're just sparring, and I get kind of lazy because like I don't want to throw too hard because I don't want to beat them up. But then also like I'm trying to get work too, so then there comes this ground where like you're either being too much of a dick because you're so much better, or you're being too nice, and then it starts to hinder your performance. Like I was realizing like, oh, I'm trying to spar too nicely, and then when I get into fights, I'm not exploding into the shots the way I should be. Guys like Paul, Jesse, the bigger guys with the more experience, that I can hit without like looking like a dickhead, and they're gonna hit me back. Those are my favorite guys like that. I mean, obviously because they're gonna make me better, but it's also like they're trying to hit me too, so it's good, and like I can hit them and not be like, oh fuck.
Right, and you can't just fucking hit Katrina in the mouth like hard as you want. I mean,
no, not as hard as I want. I still hit her.
Yo, no, you still get that. Look, Trina hit me with a high kick one day. Look, first of all, y'all motherfuckers, I ain't spar. I come in every now. I'm like, I just want to play spar today, and I be like, nah, let me go ahead and step out for a while. Katrina hit me with a head kick one day. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm chilling. Like, nah, I ain't even. What the fuck? I'm just gonna not work out for months, come in, spar people who work out 3 times. Yeah, let me sit my little fat ass in the corner. But yeah, sometimes you gotta punch Katrina. You know what? Little Steph, she needs a good punching every now and then too. Jesse got into the table. She thinks she tough. She didn't hit me a couple times. Like, all right, you know what, motherfucker? You lucky your boyfriend, motherfucking man. I can't talk about that because Jesse's still working on it. Fight cancellations. Ellie said they just canceled her most recent fight.
Did they?
Yeah,
I know they were talking about it. That was the ICAF East Coast Classic, I think.
Yeah. Anything you noticing with anything you had lined up as being canceled?
No, not for me, but I know we had a couple guys who were gonna try to do a boxing card April 11th. That got canceled. Golden Gloves got canceled. The WKA International Tournament that Katrina was supposed to do got canceled.
Thailand.
Over in Thailand, that shit got canceled. As far as I know, right now we have a couple people doing Waco and then a fight card that night as well, and they're still on as of now.
As of right now.
Yeah, and that's not next weekend, it's the weekend after that, so hopefully nothing changes, but we'll see.
Yeah, knock on wood, but most importantly, safety over everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, what
100%.
the fuck? What you go and fight for an amateur nothing,
Yeah.
and then you come back with corona and your grandmother dies.
Yeah.
You don't want that, right?
You do not. My grandmother's already dead, so I might.
Same
risk
here.
It,
Yeah. Or some other old person. Grandma, you died again?
Fuck them old people.
Jesus Christ, Steph. Khabib Tony. How excited? Listen, all right, real quick.
I can't get excited for it, unfortunately.
Why?
I mean, it's the 5th time it's been scheduled,
Right.
and now you got the corona shit.
Fam, their fight is so cursed. The coronavirus was created to make sure that shit
I
ain't
blame
happen.
Tony Ferguson.
What the fuck, man? All right, so let's say it does happen, and it goes on. Will it be a finish? Don't say who, but will it be a finish?
I don't see a finish happening.
Oh my God!
I don't. I see 5 rounds.
5 rounds of war.
5 rounds.
War and blood. Has Khabib ever been cut?
No, he has not. I don't think he's ever been knocked down. They say we've seen him wobbled. They sold
can't
that
remember
a little
it.
bit. Yeah, they
Was
say
that the
Michael
Eloquent?
Johnson. They say to Michael Johnson, they sold that a little bit. He got hit with some clean shots, but his legs were 100% under him. He's still coming forward, fainting and shit. And they're like, oh, he's hurt. He's not hurt.
That's hurt. That's a good hurt.
Yeah, like were they good shots that he was hit with? Yeah, but was he hurt? Fuck no.
Yeah. You think? I think Tony can get him. Not the win part. At least the cut him part. Let's talk about the cut him
So I think
He'll
Tony
get him
Ferguson's the biggest threat. I hate that motherfucker.
He's so awkward, bro.
Yeah, his fucking stupid sunglasses that it looks like he got from the gas station and that shit.
I ain't say none of that shit, Tony.
Affliction
He said that
t-shirts
shit.
with the fucking vest on them and some
He's a little
baggy
behind.
ass jeans, but the motherfucker
He
can
can
fight.
fight, bro.
Everything he does is ugly, but the motherfucker can fight.
I think that's what makes him good.
Yeah.
And when you say ugly, we also mean like unorthodox, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, I just mean ugly. Like
it is ugly, but
it should just look wrong.
it's
yes,
almost like
unorthodox.
what was the black dude who knocked out Matt Serra back in the day? Sean. Fuck. He did with a spinning back fist.
Shit, I know.
Way. It's an old UFC fight.
I don't think it was Sean. No, I'm trying.
What's
to
his
think
name?
of
It's like he had a weird Connolly or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
fucking
can't
name.
remember either. I know exactly who you're talking about. But
He
I
was
cannot
very
remember.
awkward, like the way he
Yeah.
fought. He even wore like underwears and shit. Like it was real kind of like not homoerotic, but like what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes them strikes like we got the basic 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
to slide up. Sometimes the motherfucker will just hit you with a windmill,
I
and you're
mean,
like,
that's,
what?
Everything
the
he
Johnny
does
Walker.
is effective, but it's fucking ugly. You seen him hit the speed bag and do his fucking pad work and shit.
He got a pretty nasty teeth. It digs.
Oh
with that
yeah,
teeth.
no, his
It's
front kick is
cowboyish.
nasty. Everything he does is effective. The elbows, but I mean, he be on fucking Instagram doing pad work like this. What the fuck is that?
It's not the prettiest.
He blocked me on Instagram. I don't remember ever saying anything. I'm sure I did, but I don't remember. Like I don't get on
You
Instagram
just called
and
this shit
troll
ugly like
people
4
and
times,
shit.
though.
Yeah, I said I don't get on like Instagram and troll famous people and shit. That's weird to me. But I must have said something at some point, and he blocked me.
I can't. He said his technique was ugly as shit. You like, man, that's some weak ass
Yeah,
technique.
I
He
was
was like,
bro, take the sunglasses off. It's 10 p.m.
what? That was crazy.
So that just
Would,
I didn't know if that was.
If you fought, when you fight your first, no, not when, because you will. Do you see yourself at 145 or 155?
I'm not making 45. Not right now.
55.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the question I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
So you eventually get up to fight Tony. How you gonna beat him?
If I'm fighting Tony.
No, when you fight
Oh,
Tony,
when
because
I
you're going to
fight
fight Tony.
I might switch to boxing, but regardless,
Okay.
everything he does is fucking ugly and like.
How would you get around it as a fighter if you had to break it down?
Move.
He said lateral movement.
Yeah,
Goddamn it.
Yeah, a lot of guys they act like that's not a thing. Fucking move. Don't sit there and just let him hit you. It's really that simple. And Tony's a guy you have to crack, and you have to crack him early to get some respect. Because as soon as he gets going,
it's a wrap. He just keeps going.
As soon as he realizes, like, if you don't make him respect something, he's gonna go 100 miles an hour. If you do make him respect something, he's still going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But he might have to think about, I might get hit with this before he does it.
I noticed that with the
he does
Anthony
get hurt
Pettis
a
fight.
lot. You know, he gets hurt a lot, but he bounces back because I've never seen Anthony Pettis hurt anyone with his hands. He hurt people with kicks. He hurt Ferguson with an overhand.
Yeah, I remember that.
But the first thing that motherfucker thought was, let's do a front roll. Like he gets hit with an overhand, wobbles, and then does a fucking front. I hate him.
It's weird, but you can't get a beat on him, which is
no,
cool.
He's super awkward, but it plays to his favor. He's also like I was telling Mo, he's like a legitimate psychopath. Like and he's not going to be scared of Khabib.
Yeah,
not in the slightest.
I like that.
Yeah. He doesn't give a fuck that he's 28. No, he's Khabib and blah blah. He doesn't give a fuck about that.
I love that about him.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I mean, he clearly works his ass off because his cardio is insane.
Does not get tired. I've never seen him.
No.
I can't say I've never seen him tired, but
I mean, if he gets tired, he doesn't slow down.
It's a different type of tired.
Yeah. He doesn't get fucking
like not gas to the point where he's not
Francis
functioning.
Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic's tired. He don't get like
Derek
that.
Lewis versus Francis.
Yeah,
where they just sitting
exactly.
there
Like
just-
if he's tired, he doesn't show it in the slightest. He just keeps moving.
What about his grappling? I know you have a rich grappling background as well. How would you do if you
that.
couldn't? Look, I'm gonna kiss your ass.
I
know you're
that.
a 3-time AA triple gold medalist, first All-American, South and North American. No, but if you had to deal with his grappling, if it was just y'all two in a room this size, but you don't have ladder or Rubin or even strikes, how would you deal with his grappling?
If we're in a room this size, I'm gonna just punch him.
No, you can't. No, you can't do that.
What?
No strikes. You got to grapple him.
A
It's
ref
a grappling.
gonna stop me? We in the room.
Yes, it's Jesus, the Jesus ref. It's the Jesus grappling ref. Like, no punches, Steph. I told your ass. So you got to grapple this motherfucker. But I'm trying to get a breakdown of like his grappling skill because I don't.
It's awkward, but it's really effective. And then again, like I don't know how he grapples like straight jujitsu, but again, when he can throw the elbows and shit, and he's threatening the triangle and wow, yeah.
He has a wrestling background, right?
Yeah. I believe he was I want to say like a junior college national champion or some shit.
Same as John Jones.
Yeah. Okay. So like it takes skill. You have to be good. You're not just gonna go win whether it's D1, D2, D3, NAI. You're not winning a collegiate national title if you can't wrestle.
Break that down for me real quick. Gold medalist is probably the highest you can get in the Olympics, right? As far as grappling.
Yeah, of course.
So where does it go from there?
Well, I would say it depends because like obviously like wrestling, there's the Olympics. But wrestling, the Olympics that's a different style than like you get in college and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there's freestyle, folk style, and Greco. Freestyle is like more takedowns, but then they'll give you like 5 seconds to turn a guy, and then they pick you right back up, and you're back on your feet wrestling again.
Okay.
Folk style is more like the shit you see again in high school, college, where you take a guy down, then you gotta hold him down, you get the chance to pin him and all these things, and to like ride him out and all those things, and like I guess obviously the
Greco is the other one.
Yeah, so and Greco is like more upper body. You can't no attacks below the waist. So like you can't shoot double legs in Greco. You can't shoot single legs. It's all upper body shit, snap downs, those kind of things. Arm drags, blah blah blah. But as far as like winning those titles, it's nowhere near like winning the Olympics. But I mean, you gotta be good. You win a national title in wrestling, you gotta be good. I don't care what I don't care if it's a high school national title, if it's a fucking schoolboy, which is like the kids' national title. You gotta be good. You gotta. So for him to win I think it was junior college. That's still a good accomplishment. Anthony Johnson also was a junior college national champion, and that motherfucker was stuffing Phil Davis's takedowns like they were nothing. And Phil Davis was D1. And also the wrestling in MMA is different than like a straight wrestling match as well.
What style, if you between the Greco,
freestyle,
and folk style, which one does Tony implement, or was it all three?
He was a folk style wrestler.
Okay,
but that one's better for MMA because again, like you look at Yoel, who Olympic silver medalist, he was a world champion as well, but that's in freestyle. And then you notice like he takes people down and he can't really control them that well. And whereas, but then you get a guy like, for example, I don't know, let's just throw out like a Ryan Bader, an Ed Ruth, a Phil Davis. These guys that were collegiate wrestlers, like they wrestled like their whole lives, wrestled in college. They know how to take a guy down and also control him. Because again, in freestyle, it's more about you take them down and then it's right back up. So you're really good at getting the takedown, not as good at keeping them down.
Riding them down, top pressure. Shit like
exactly. So
knee on belly type shit. Is that wrestling or is that jujitsu?
That's jujitsu.
Okay,
that's jujitsu. Yeah, but and then you see like, but that and again that's why like a guy also Henry Cejudo, Olympic champion, but he take people down and then does absolutely nothing with it because he doesn't really know how to control a guy the same way like a D1 national champion does because a lot of that is like again on the ground controlling a guy, which transfers to MMA well.
I'm glad you brought up Henry because then that automatically puts Mighty Mouse back in my brain because he didn't have any kind of like lineage as far as like he started in MMA training. Like he wasn't a high school wrestler, boxer.
As far as I know, I believe he started in pancration or pancrase or whatever the fuck it's called, which is essentially like
a sambo almost, or
yeah, kind of like a combat sambo. It's essentially like the same thing as MMA.
That's crazy for him
mixing it all together. I don't think he wrestled like in. He might have. I don't know, but like you never hear about them saying like, oh, he was a national champion and blah blah blah. I think he's just really fucking good.
It's just crazy how. Remember, I have a very outside looking in type of understanding of grappling, but it seems like he does it all good. Like when he had that fucking submission, when he had my man. All right, now this is why I'm gonna sound real stupid. Now what was that? That was a hold up. That was a gable grip suplex.
Oh yeah, it was just
Right?
a fucking
All right,
suplex.
see.
Yeah. So it was
That was
just
a game.
suplex.
He's like, just regular suplex, bitch.
It was a suplex.
And then
fight.
he went into an armbar.
Yeah, no, that shit was insane.
What the fuck is that? Because
I don't know
that's the
nothing about
melding
that.
of all the
Yeah,
styles,
I don't know
man.
nothing about that.
That is fucking
Yeah, no,
insane.
that shit was insane though. Like I was watching, like, what the fuck just happened? I think you've seen it like once since then, and like, obviously it was the guy trying to do it because he did.
Right.
It. But you don't see that shit often.
Do you?
Especially not at that level. He did
Right.
that to a high level guy, a guy in a UFC
Amazing.
title fight. Yeah.
Was it the third round? Was it the last round? I think it was a title fight. Yeah.
I want to say it was the 5th round. Yeah.
And it was closing in to the end. So he had enough.
Yes, I don't remember that part, but I feel like
you don't
it was-
remember that part of
I
a
feel
fight?
like it was probably 5th round. I know it was the same night that Tony Ferguson fought Kevin Lee, but I
Right.
don't know. I don't remember which round.
We'll talk about Kevin Lee too. What's so crazy about that fight, and you were talking about it earlier, is like, okay, you're fatigued like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You've been punched,
Well, he
kicked back.
wasn't.
Well, yeah, he if he's not on steroids, he just sell like his dangerous scalp shit and put it in water. But like he was able to do all that at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, elite level athlete. Like, this shit's insane. Like, I don't think MMA guys get like the credit of being an elite level athlete, but to do some shit like that, as you
That's
said,
elite level.
the human body's not meant to fight for fucking 25 minutes, and he's still fresh doing it, being able to do shit like that and not even look tired. It's insane.
What you think about Kevin with the tap and then trying to still? Go
Oh,
for the
that
takedown?
shit was.
Do you
so-
think? All right, I'm gonna let you just tell me what you think about that.
One, I think that's a bullshit move. Like, but I also think maybe he went out a little bit as that choke, and maybe he woke up and he didn't know what the fuck was going on, and he really didn't remember tapping. But he tapped like 5-6 times.
That's
He
crazy.
said, as in, you can't be like, oh no, I didn't tap, but no, he tapped like 5-6 times. He didn't look good that fight either. He did not look good.
Yeah. So all right. So you don't, or do you agree or disagree? Well, I guess you don't agree with what Jorge said. He pretty much called him a bitch, and you see that
wouldn't-
thing?
I wouldn't call any fighter a bitch.
Like he made it seem like he was. I don't know if they got a beef outside of
it was,
what's going
yeah, I'm saying
on.
it was a very
like personal, like bitch ass,
dishonorable
hoe ass
thing
I'm like,
to
bro.
do that Kevin Lee did. Like, you shouldn't do shit like that. That's, again, it's about honor and shit. It's, if you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
If you tap out, you tapped out. Like, and you just, like, if I get tapped out, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I didn't tap, bro. If I tapped, I tapped. He caught him, and that's what happened. He got caught in a deep ass guillotine, tapped out, and then he tried to keep wrestling and shit like he didn't tap out.
I think that was funny. If he did try to pull that shit off in a audience-less fucking state, it's like, bro, if you thought you could get away with that shit, they're not paying attention to nothing else.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's happened in the past where you pull a little slick shit.
Yeah, like you see shit. People get
Yo,
away with
Well
shit all
did
the
it.
time.
All the
All
time.
gets away with fucking
Yeah,
everything.
Stoolgate, all that shit.
Steroids.
the grabbing the glove. I remember him and Tim Kennedy
yeah.
had that fight. It was a
Oh
bunch
yeah,
of
and then
that
he
bullshit.
waits 20 seconds after they say seconds out, and they're supposed to be ready to
My
fight.
God.
And the motherfucker get 20 seconds of an extra break because he just don't get up. He gets away with a lot of shit.
It looks like him being Kevin Lee and Johnny Walker, both out of the TriStar camp, didn't have great fights, and it looks like they both abandoned the game plan. I know Kevin confirmed it
Yeah.
in a post-fight interview, but even Johnny, I was talking to Vince, is like he relies too much on his athleticism,
Oh,
and he's
100%.
not
Look
setting
at
anything up.
No, yeah. Say a lot of these guys, like, they have success because they're athletic, and then they don't get better because they're athletic and they can get away with shit. It's also like Deontay Wilder. The motherfucker's boxing. It's not good, but he's got a crazy right hand. So he's like, what's it matter if this guy's better than me? Because all I gotta do is hit him.
Hit him once.
And I think the heavier you get in MMA and like boxing and shit, the technique gets worse because they're like, fuck, all I need to do is hit this guy. Especially in like those 4-ounce gloves. And Johnny Walker's probably a case of that. Super athletic. Fucking guys that big shouldn't move like that. But he does. But I mean, he also isn't a great fighter. Like, he's a very good fighter, obviously. Like, but at the elite level, he's not a great elite level fighter.
Do you think fighters like him and Kevin need to step away, maybe not a year, maybe a year, and just work on the fundamentals and the game planning of it all?
Yeah, I think Kevin Lee's has got to be a mental thing because that motherfucker is very physically gifted. He's fast, he's strong, super athletic. He's got a fucking 77-inch reach at 5'9".
Oh shit!
Which is damn near unheard of. And I've said it many times before, like his last couple losses, even though he had a couple losses when I said it, I was like, I think Kevin Lee might be the most dangerous 155er. Like, I thought he could give Khabib a run for his money.
Grappling especially too.
Yeah, because like he's good striking, good wrestler, good grappling, and I think mentally he just falls apart. He also his cardio is very questionable.
It's weird because sometimes he looks like he can go forever.
Yeah,
and then he just hit a
sometimes
wall like out of nowhere.
And I think that's again the body gets tired as the mind gets tired. So I think it might stem from like a mental thing, because there's no way he looks as good as he does against like Gregor Gillespie and then just gets smoked by Charles Oliveira. Like,
it's wild.
Yeah.
It felt like, he was, I mean, the weight cut looks like it played a little bit of a count on him, and also it was some stuff behind the scenes, but he alluded to it in his interview right after the fight, and he was saying like, man, I might disappear for a year or two because something's going on with me.
No, he probably
like,
should.
It's something there.
What I will say is his original coach, or like his head coach, died a couple years ago.
I remember that. Yeah.
So that might be still fucking with him, but there's something mentally going on that's not clicking with him at this level.
He should stop talking shit.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't mean that. You got to say something, because in this game, prize fighting, if people are indifferent to you, you just fuck. They got to.
I think there's a difference between being confident when you're talking shit, if you're just saying the truth, but then you see a guy like Kevin Lee that's just trying too hard, or Colby Covington, and they're just trying too hard, and it seems unnatural.
Just come fight.
Yeah.
Right now, his worst enemy is him.
Yeah.
And I guess, I see the greatness in him, and I think a lot of people do yourself. But it's something going on with him, and then it's not behooving him for him the next fight come out and be like, yeah, bitch, I'm back. What's up? It's like, bro, we just saw what happened.
Yeah.
You had
every
tap
fighter
gate.
says they're
like
back.
and
then they
just come fight for a while.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Just come fight.
There comes a time, I think it's just like, and you should just shut the fuck up. Like, if you're a good fighter, people are gonna want to watch you fight. Look at like George St. Pierre. He was never talking shit. He wasn't even the most exciting fighter, but he was dominant, and people love dominance. Like, they either hate it or they love it, but they pay attention to it. Look at like a Floyd Mayweather. Look at the Patriots, for example. They win a lot, so some people really fucking love them, and some people want to see them lose. But the reality is, if you're good enough, people will care.
Yeah, they
even
want
if
to
they're not super exciting fights. George St. Pierre was never a super exciting fighter,
right?
But he was dominant, and people tuned in.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva shit the bed a couple times in fights. Like, don't get me wrong, he was fun. But then you got the Maia fight, the Patrick Cote fight. And it's like, but people still wanted to watch him, and he did no talking at all. He was super respectful. Yeah, he barely spoke English.
The fight?
Most of his interviews, he didn't even really speak English.
Right.
He had a fucking interpreter and a translator
fighter.
and shit, but people wanted to watch because they're good. Same thing with like a Canelo. That motherfucker makes millions and millions of dollars, and every time he fights, it's an event. He doesn't speak English. Like, and if he does, he doesn't do it to the media.
Yeah, very, very little.
Yeah. If you're good enough, people will care.
He fights.
Yeah.
Fights good.
Yeah. So if you put on good fights, people will care. I'll tell you, look, I'll never miss a Justin Gaethje fight on purpose. If I know he's fighting, I'm coming. Yeah, if I know he's fighting, I'm watching.
You know what? I don't wish death on anyone, but Justin's one of those dudes, when he says I will die in that bitch,
yeah.
I believe
I was gonna
Tony,
say,
Justin, it's a few people like, I believe him.
Yeah, no, he's going to die pretty young because of that shit. I mean, I think in his like early 30s. I don't see that guy making it past 50. The way he fights, don't get me wrong, fucking extremely exciting. That's not the
He's not taking care of himself.
Yeah, and he knows he can't keep it.
Well, you know what? He actually, compared to some of his older fights with like Eddie.
Oh, he moves more.
Like with the fight he did with Cowboy, but what was one right before Cowboy? It was one right before, where I think it was a noticeable difference.
Edson Barboza, I think he stopped bad. Right.
What was the tall white dude?
James Vick.
I think James Vick. His style was different.
James Vick early. Yeah,
and he didn't brawl in that fight. It was like real calculated.
He even beat Cowboy in a way that like you don't see, because the way to beat Cowboy is you press him early. And it's like, okay, what's Justin Gaethje going to do? The same thing he does to everyone. Press him early. That motherfucker was moving and shit, and then still stopped him. Yeah, sweet. That Justin Gaethje, I mean, every Justin Gaethje is scary, but that Justin Gaethje, the one that's fighting a little bit smarter, is real scary. Because I'll tell you right now, if he fights Eddie Alvarez and doesn't just let Eddie Alvarez hit him, he smokes Eddie Alvarez. Right, but because he stood there 50-50 right in front of him eating shots, he got put out.
Gave him a chance.
Yeah, Justin Gaethje's a bad motherfucker. He don't live very long, though. He's not living past 50.
How would you fight him?
How would I fight Justin Gaethje?
And don't say move. That's the first thing you're going to say.
Well, that's always the plan. You hit him and
you don't want to get hit?
Yeah, no. I don't like
Is there a specific opening you see in his style? Like, like he's always...
I mean, shit, everything. Everything he throws is wide hooks. Just straight punches beat that guy, I think. And then also Eddie drew up the blueprint. You punch him in his fucking body. Like, mentally, he's not going to quit.
You got to make his body shut off.
Yeah, I was going to say, mentally, he's not going to quit. You either knock him clean the fuck out, or you take his body from him to where he has no choice but to kind of go. He starts to slow down. Because even when he slows down mentally, he's like, no, I'm going. And you'll see him get tired in fights, and he just keeps pushing forward. That's a guy you definitely move on. You got to get his respect early, too. That's another guy. You crack him early, he'll be a little bit less reckless. He's still going to be reckless, but yeah, he'll be a little less reckless.
But them leg kicks, how you going to deal with those? That motherfucking
bro.
leg kick. I don't
Hold
think
on.
he got a leg. I
Hold
think
on,
he.
look, I'm gonna let's see. Movement.
He said
You
just-
move your leg when he tries to kick you, and it doesn't hurt his back.
But you know what? It was so cool about his leg kicks is that he hides them very well. Something we talk about a lot at
Occasionally,
AMT, right?
he does.
But like he'll be like this close to you,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right?
No, he gets
like
them from
phone
very
booth
close.
shit,
Bah.
and somehow blah, blah, and
Yeah.
then bring this leg all the way around and wow.
Yeah. I can't say for sure, but I feel like I've seen him throw a kick from the clinch.
I
Like,
know
he got
I've
the
seen
side
it.
clinch and then he's
I
throwing
know-
a kick
what?
and shit.
And it was clean.
Yeah.
It wasn't no bullshit.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Boom.
I would say his kicks are nasty. Like he outkicked Edson Barboza. I mean,
That's
the fight
wild.
didn't
Isn't that
last
fucking
long,
wild?
but yeah, he outkicked Edson Barboza.
Did he beat Edson?
Knocked him out. Yeah, knocked
That's
him
so
out
crazy.
cold.
I'm gonna have to watch that fight.
Cold. Speaking of Edson, that motherfucker says he's going to 145. I don't know how he does that.
I know. That's
He's
gonna be
already
crazy.
extremely lean at 55.
I
I don't
know.
know how he does that.
He how the fuck is he gonna do that? He gonna look sick, bro.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He's gonna have to lose a lot of muscle too. I guess he could pull the Jose Aldo and just again like lose muscle. But yeah, that motherfucker too lean.
I
He
wouldn't want to fight him. The
No.
first fight in, maybe the
Oh, hell
second
no.
fight. Maybe the first fight you do want
You
him.
catch
though.
it, yeah. You catch him in the first fight. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
the
getting
second fight, you don't
adjusted
wanna
to
get
it. You don't know how his
yeah,
body's
right.
gonna react. Yeah,
Second fight, he like, I'm good now.
yeah. He'd be like, all right, I got it. Now he's like, no.
What do you see? Do you see the third fight with Cormier and Miocic going any differently?
Because
Because I hear it's locked down. I don't think they made it public yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't. But DC tweeted at him and said thank you.
With the
And,
eyes and shit.
yeah,
I'm like,
and Stipe said that was the next fight. He said he's healthy now, and that was the next fight. I think DC wins it. I mean, we saw what he did.
do we give him another one then?
Huh?
Do we give him a fourth fight?
No.
No?
No, because I'll say you see what DC did the first fight. He just came out and won.
Right.
Second fight, he was dominating, and then Stipe made that very good adjustment and started going to the body. And for some reason, Cormier was like, why would I block these? I think they'll work on that this time, knowing that that's got to be part of the game plan is to take his body again because he didn't react well to it the first time. And as long as he stays away from the body, he wins that fight, I think, just about every time.
What if it's a close war? What if no one gets finished?
Oh, no,
Should we
that's
get
what,
another fight?
that's what I would say. 5 rounds of hard fight. 5 rounds of hard
So
fight.
if it's a close fight,
I don't know if it'll be that close.
okay.
I would guess like something like 4-1, maybe 5-0 DC.
Damn.
Because like y'all said, you watched the last fight. Stipe did not look good up until he started landing them body shots.
Right,
and that
right.
what was that? The 4th round was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, he did not look good. Like he was losing. He got the first round got taken down and held down for a while from what I remember. And then he's just getting out struck, getting out wrestled, getting out fought, and then he switched up, started going to the body.
Wow.
And I don't know what the fuck Cormier wasn't blocking.
Did Cormier get tired at all?
Yeah,
You know,
from
sometimes
the,
you
from
start
the
putting
body
them up for
shots.
ass
From
and
the
they not-
body
oh,
shots.
body
yeah.
shots, okay.
Yeah, the body shots started to wear him down.
He still got that eye too. So Stipe's coming back with that eye, and if I'm fighting you, like if we fought and you fucked my left leg up really bad, you're looking at it. You might even feint to get to the right one, but
yeah.
so I'm thinking now that's gonna be in his mind, and then if it takes any kind of damage early,
Yeah.
now he's worried because I know it was a thing that he was thinking about even taking the second fight, and the time line, and he's doing it now, like make sure his eye was good. So that's gonna be another crazy fight, man. That Israel Adesanya versus Paula.
That fight's gonna be
Jesus,
insane.
Mo hasn't seen the first one with Yoel and Paula. I'm sure.
Oh, that fight was fucking insane. Paul is a fucking savage because who walks down Yoel like that?
bro.
He was walking him down just straight throwing bombs off jump. Like what? No,
And they
feeling
both
out.
eating each other best shots.
Yeah, no feeling out. They just like fuck it.
It's one of those fights. If someone says, "What is MMA about?" It's a kickboxing fight. To be honest with you, it wasn't really an MMA fight. But I would say, hey, watch this one.
Yeah,
Watch this one, the Zhonglei Weili.
Yeah.
That one, it's a feud I would show them.
Yeah, say if someone
And
wants
Damian Maia versus Anderson Silva.
absolutely not. That shit should be burned. Yeah, I don't know, like if I had to pick a fight, like what MMA's about, or like if I'm picking like the most exciting, yeah, it'd be something like that.
Right.
As far as like, I don't know, when you're talking about like what's MMA about, like what's the
it's a
most
different fight for
beautiful
that.
form of it, you gotta go to like a Mighty Mouse.
I'm about to say, it gotta be a Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, maybe that Volkanovski versus Max Holloway fight. I like that fight a lot. I like Volkanovski a lot in general.
I didn't mean like I like that fight because it showed me how I could beat somebody who has a body type like Max.
Yeah,
and output like Max.
Yeah,
but I
100%.
didn't like it as an exciting fight. I'm trying to think whose fight.
Oh, you know, it wasn't like it was. I mean, I thought it was a good fight.
It was a
wasn't the
technical
most
good
exciting
fight,
Yeah, but it was. They were both technical.
Good tape to
game
watch.
plans, and
Right.
they both stuck to the game
Right.
plans. Yeah, like
It's a good fight.
If we just straight talking like good fights, you got fucking Justin Gaethje versus anyone. Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier, that was a really good one. Versus Eddie Alvarez. There's a lot of really good fights.
Dustin Poirier's another one's coming back in the mix too.
But yeah, but when we're talking like what's the peak of MMA? You gotta show him a fucking Demetrius Johnson. Maybe even like a TJ Dillashaw against Henan Barrow.
We're sleeping on TJ.
Yeah,
he
TJ
fucked up, but TJ
he did fuck up.
Master though.
Yeah, no, he's one of my
Fuck, he's good.
I think
when he beat Ronaldo first time, we were all. I know. I was like, what in the fuck?
Going into that fight, I was like, Barrow's gonna smash him, and then he did the exact opposite. He smashed Barrow,
and then
the second fight was even worse. Like he whooped his ass and finished him earlier.
Barrow just signed with somebody too. I just saw it. I forgot who it was.
He should be done, man. He should be done.
What's sad about it is they don't have other outlets.
Yeah,
that's
keep training.
Or open up a fucking school.
Jiu-jitsu tournaments, yeah, but don't keep fighting. You're just getting your ass whooped by guys that shouldn't beat you, and he's losing to guys again. He's a fucking former UFC champion.
Right.
There's guys that
he had a reign.
Him.
He had a nice title reign.
Dog, he won like 30 fights in a row, and there's guys that shouldn't be beating him that are now beating him.
Guess who he's fighting next? Me.
You might win.
It was sad. That's what I was being funny. I was saying, if I beat him, I'll be like, bro.
You might win.
You gotta stop because he let my ass beat you. Damn, I had something else I want to ask you really, really quick. Not really quick, but was talking about. Oh, so Israel Adesanya, right? Like, I draw some parallels with you and him because you guys are good at fighting, but you also have talents outside of the ring. So when you do make that walk, are you gonna sing or rap or some shit?
No.
Oh, you fucking coward! You coward!
I'm gonna have fun. Like that's like the only time I get excited. Like in the back, I'm just kind of chilling. When I'm in the ring, I'm just kind of chilling. But like when it's time to come out, and then you step out and you finally see the crowd, and then it's like, oh shit, like yeah, it's time. And but yeah, no, I'm not gonna be doing any.
What about after the fight, like Tyson Fury?
Oh yeah, sure. It depends.
Like one of those shits.
Yeah, what
like one of your shits though.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like plan it, but like if I'm just feeling myself and I'm just like, fuck it.
See, you know my ass. I'm like, yo, sing your song, nigga. Hey, yo, sing your song. You like, nigga, shut up. I got the fucking phone. Like, say this one.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of like just letting shit happen naturally. Like,
I dig it.
Like I'm not gonna plan to walk out and do this dance. Like when Izzy did that shit, it was dope. But that's not me. I'm not gonna like plan a walk out. Like whatever happens when I walk out, I'm gonna just let it happen naturally. And how
you say that until they play bird flu. And you and
that's the thing. No,
in Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna.
It's gonna be like. Just
I'm not gonna have a choreographed dance, but I guarantee I start dancing because as soon as I hear that shit, I'm like, all right, let's go.
Right.
Yeah. Like I just let those kind of things happen naturally.
What's up with your bro? Is he still got any fighting aspirations, Josh?
I don't know.
He's chilling right now.
Yeah, I say just fucking being a dad.
That's a big thing.
And shit.
Most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know. If he never fought again, I wouldn't be upset.
At least he know how to.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all had to get it in, it's like remember that shit.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And like I was telling Mo, I get nervous when he was fighting.
Yeah.
I don't get nervous when I was fighting. Again, that's like my older brother. It's not even like my younger brother or something. Like my sister, my younger sister or something. It's like I can't control that, so I get nervous. So if he never fought again, I wouldn't be upset.
Right. Feels good. That's
it was
crazy,
cool.
man.
Yo, say it was cool that he did it. Be able to like bond with him, like and training and shit, and then also just know he knows how to defend himself and that kind of shit.
Right.
But I wouldn't be upset if he never fought.
I dig it. I didn't invite my mom to my fights for that exact reason because she'd have been like, just ratchet.
My mom loves coming to watch me fight.
Your mother doesn't like be too loud or like get off my son, none of that shit.
I always hear, but no, she never like not on no stupid shit.
Yeah,
like,
the appropriate chance makes sense.
Yeah, I always hear let's go, Stephan, and I always hear it like even when I'm fighting, but I don't like it's not like no ratchet shit like oh fuck him up like or there's some stupid shit like punch him, no stupid shit like that.
I can see my mom getting like too emotional.
That's so.
It's like, nah, Ma, I don't need that right now, please.
Yeah, no, I thought, like, my mom would be the one that wouldn't want to come watch me fight because I'm her son, and she, like, seeing me fight or possibly get beat up, it's not going to happen, but...
Shout out Mom real quick. She's very, very nice.
Yeah,
always
but it was actually the opposite. My mom's been to every fight she can make it to, and my dad's like, I'm not coming to watch that shit.
That's wild.
Yeah, and I thought it'd be the opposite. He was like, I don't want to see him get beat up. I was like, bro, I'm not going to get beat up.
He said, first of all, you got me fucked up, bro.
Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect to my name. Ain't nobody just whooping my ass out this motherfucker.
But, no, it was actually the opposite. My mom loves coming. My sister apparently gets nervous.
Okay.
But
has she decided to do any kind of training, any kind of...
No. No.
Have you tried to get in as it being your sister and a girl, just to be able to protect herself, not
Yeah.
to ever even spar, but
Yes, I
like come
think
hit
she
some
can
mitts with
protect
me.
herself to a certain extent.
Okay.
Like obviously she's not going to be able to protect herself the way I can protect myself or
Right.
something. But we grew up fighting.
Dope.
Yeah, so
We
like,
go beating each other ass.
yeah,
we
no,
are.
100%. Like I remember one time, she got expelled for beating the shit out of this girl in school.
Oh, okay, it's in the blood.
Proud older brother moment. Cause like my sister get beat up, I'm gonna be like, damn. But it's like we grew up fighting, and not like training, but just like fighting.
Dope.
Yeah, just grew up fighting and shit.
So you also train, not train, but you also coach at AMT.
Yes, sir.
What days can they, if they want to come and check you out and get some of this training in? What days can they do it?
I'm there Monday through Thursday, for the night classes, and then Tuesday and Thursday in the morning classes, and then private lessons and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you do privates as well.
Yeah.
What is your private 7 days a week outside of the class schedule or?
Outside of the class schedule, but typically I try to keep them for like only the weekends, really, because I'm focused on training and coaching the classes that I'm already obligated to coach, and I like my rest. So it's like if I gotta coach, and then like for example on Tuesday mornings I go coach, and then I lift with Alex, and then I coach the other classes, and then I train. So it's like I'm not trying to squeeze any more into there, but
Take it?
yeah, but they just message me. I usually figure out days, and sometimes I'm like, I'll suck it up. I'll go in a little bit earlier. I'll stay a little bit later to do shit, but it really just depends how I'm feeling.
For all the ladies is wondering, they wondering, is he single? I've posted your photo. They be like, who's he? Slide his DM. Are you single?
Yeah.
No girl.
No.
Any kids you're not taking care of? You piece
Absolutely
of shit.
not. No, actually, I don't want any kids.
So you out here ready to give him a good old 1-2 down the middle if you need it.
Like I'm out here ready to fight, and that's it.
That's it. All right.
Yeah, whatever happens with the women and shit, that happens. I'm not worried about that right now.
Do you purposely kind of stray away from it because you know how much attention your fight career needs?
I don't.
I'm gonna spend time.
All you do is train. But any girl that I end up involved with has to understand that like fighting comes first. It's like I wouldn't expect me to come before their career or something.
Yeah, they in school to be a doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're going to school to be a doctor, I don't expect me to come before that, and it should be the same way because like. And again, no woman's ever. Maybe like if I have a kid with her or something, then she'll come before fighting. But
it's different, right?
Right, yeah. Right now, it's fighting.
How long you see yourself doing it? This is kind of a stupid question because it could change.
Yeah, it depends. If I can make as much money as I think I can, by the time I think I can, I'd like to be done by like 35.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I don't.
You just said like 28. I'm like, bro, stop that.
Yeah,
done by 29. It's like
like 35. I don't like, but I don't see me being. Again, the money could change it, but I don't see me being like 35, 36, 37, caring about being the best fighter in the world anymore. And caring about like if I can beat this guy up and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, I'm 37 years old. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like I don't see me. Yeah, I don't see me reaching that age and still being like. I mean, again, if they like, hey, $500,000, you fight this guy. 37-year-old Stephan might be like, yeah, what's up?
Motherfucker, call me.
Yeah,
I'll be shooting for a
right now I don't see me being fucking in my mid-30s, still caring about being able to beat somebody up.
Well, I got a fight coming up. I'm turning 37 tomorrow. And what damn, man, I wish I would have started earlier. What else is it that they should know about you that we haven't covered in the few times you've been here? What else is some quirky shit what's some shit I don't know about you that you ain't tell me yet, you piece of shit?
I have a really little dick.
No, I know that. I think we've all talked about that amongst each other. That's one thing about the martial arts community. We're like, hey man, I got a little dick and big balls. How y'all doing today? We real free.
No balls either. No hair.
No balls. All right, no balls. Okay. You know the ladies like you, right?
Yeah.
You get some love.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna like you no more though.
Fuck 'em.
He said, "Fuck 'em."
I'm fighting anyways. That's what I'm worried about.
Pro talk. Before we wrap all this up, you told me some shit behind the scenes, but I don't think they know about it. So you're planning to go pro this year, 2020?
Oh, 100% next fight.
Next
more
fight.
amateur fights for me.
And this is an MMA fight.
We'll see. Boxing
could be boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I've the more I've started training and the more like I've started to understand the sport, the more I've found a love for boxing. Because like in MMA, you see guys and shit gets sloppy and fucking. You get a guy like Derek Brunson, that motherfucker closes his eyes and wings overhand, and he's top 15 in the world. You don't see that shit in boxing.
Well,
like
sweet science.
Yeah, exactly. And like everything's clean. I like the angles in boxing, so we'll see. I like fighting. I like combat sports. I don't care whether it's MMA, kickboxing, boxing, whichever one's giving me the most money.
Where would you fight at in boxing?
Where?
When? What weight?
At first 54, and then if I can make 47, I'll make 47, but I'm not going to kill myself to get to 47.
That's like Thurman, Mayweather, 47, right?
Yeah, like Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter. It's a very exciting weight class.
Ooh, imagine Steph versus Sean Porter.
Yeah, so it's a very exciting weight class. And then 54, there's not as much happening at 54, but I'll make that much more comfortably because like I'm in shape now, and I'm like I woke up this morning 172, so it's like getting to 47 might be an absolute bitch.
Take some tattoos off and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I like boxing. The more I watch fight after fight after fight every day, and I've noticed that recently I've been watching a lot more boxing. And like I like to break that shit down. And again, you see a guy like Lomachenko or fucking Alexander Usyk, and you see these guys hitting these fucking crazy angles, and I'm like, God damn. So
I got to check some more out of Usyk. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen one of his fights.
Very similar to Lomachenko, not as much
heavyweight.
Flash. Yeah, it's cruiserweight and heavyweight, not as much flash, but very similar.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, no,
it is so scary, bro.
It is
to be that big. Because as littler guys, that's the one thing we like. Well, if it's a real big dude, maybe I can outmaneuver.
Oh yeah, I outmaneuver big guys all the fucking time.
His big ass would be the one to be like, fuck.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, oh fuck.
This motherfucker move good as I do. Shit.
This way. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's one of the big things that I have against like bigger guys. They're slower. They don't move as well. But he's scary.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah, he's scary. Let's say it doesn't matter. Kickboxing, boxing, MMA. I just like fighting, and whichever one will make me the most money.
So, you debut this summer. You got
hopefully before the summer.
All right, so before the summer, you get a professional bout. It might fuck a lot of shit.
Hopefully, like if we get like end of April, early May, that would be beautiful.
You also get an offer for a deal to be signed to, let's say, I don't know, Live Nation or some shit. I don't know, right? Which one you gonna take? Now listen, when I mean a deal, I'm talking about you looking at all the perks and cons, right? And you love them both equally. Do you love them both equally?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, all right.
I was
so now they're both paying the same amount, but like I said, the level. It's like, okay, this is my first pro fight, but it's against a good opponent, and this is my first deal, but this is like a solid fucking deal. Like I'm gonna open up for Tory. Yeah, like I'm gonna open up this for fucking Tory, right?
But I could put fighting on hold to go open for Tory.
Okay, now. Fighting on hold, you might be signed to a contract. It's like a 3-year contract. And, 3 years out of the fight game.
Depends how much money. Depends how much money. I would like to balance them both.
I'm trying to find out, like, in the hypothetical situation, if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you pick? And don't just say, I just move around a little bit. I just move around.
If the money's equal, obviously I'm gonna go with the music because I ain't gotta cut no weight. I can eat pizza when I want. I don't have to get punched in my face.
And you can beat everybody's ass in the music industry.
Exactly. But if I had to pick right now, like gun to my head, you got to pick one, but like I'm not guaranteed that same money or that same deal and that kind of shit. I would go fighting because I can control that one more. And same thing again. I was telling Mo, it's like music. I really like Tory Lanez. I might be like, yo, this shit is hot, and then everybody else in the room might be like, nah, that shit was trash. So it's like same thing. Like in music, I need other people to receive it well. Right. I need them to see what I was going for, and everybody else to receive it well. Fighting, it's like.
A knockout's a knockout.
Yeah, they might be like, oh, he looked like some shit. And I'm like, I won. Yeah. I got double the paycheck because I won. Yeah. And I think that's a little bit more of a guaranteed road for me because, again, I can't control the music. There's artists that are some of the biggest artists in the world. There's guys that are local that are better than them, but they don't ever get the chance to shine, or maybe they don't make the radio-friendly music, but lyrically they're way ahead. It's like, it doesn't matter about who's best in the music industry. It's all opinion.
It's like fighting though too, right? Sometimes you have the right management company. Yeah, you gotta have the right fights, and then you have the right ending to the fight. What I'll say is there's no boxer that's as good as Lomachenko that's not getting the credit Lomachenko's getting. There's no MMA fighter as good as Khabib, but fighting for $1,000 and $1,000. Like he gets 1,000 a show and 1,000 a win. That's not happening. Fighting is still fighting. Music could be like perception if he's cool.
Yeah, it's all
the right drip. If you got footwork and you hit motherfuckers, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all opinion. But if say we're both artists and I'm like, my music's better than yours, and you're like, no, my music's better than yours. There's no way for us to find out if
Right.
it's not.
To break it
But
down.
if it's like, but if you're like, I think I'm a better fighter than you, and I'm like, I think I'm a better fighter
Roll
than
the
you,
tape.
we fight.
yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
fight.
Oh, yeah. Let's fight.
Yeah, we fight,
Right,
and then
right,
whoever
right.
wins is the better fighter, or was the better fighter that night. Which
You're right.
in
Because
terms-
even if we freestyle battle against each other, if your fans are just louder,
Yeah,
it's like, well, bitch,
exactly.
actually, my balls was better.
Exactly. You got the crowd behind you, but you fucking rap circles around my head. It's like, but they like me.
Yeah, yeah.
For the way I look or the way I talk or like
Uh-huh.
or like I'm a personable person or some shit like that. It's like music's more opinion. Like, let's see, I don't know, man. Like King Los, he's from Baltimore. Fucking
Beast.
one of the best rappers I've heard. Like
Right.
just straight bar for bar, especially that motherfucker can freestyle, and you could be telling him a word and he's putting that word into his
the
sentences,
rhyme.
so you know he's freestyling. And then you get guys that go up on Sway in the morning and they freestyle and it
I
sounds
got a
like,
cup full of shit in it.
yeah,
You like,
exactly. And it
this
sounds like
nigga.
they've never done any music in their life. So it's like, if I had to pick between the two, as far as like,
that makes sense.
yeah, I would definitely choose fighting over music because again, that one I know I'm really good, and I think the further I go, the more people are gonna realize like, oh shit, he's really good,
Nice.
and they can't stop you for too long. The only thing, like obviously, like management can stop you, injuries, those sort of things, but as long as I stay healthy, I make a lot of money from fighting.
Yo.
100%. That's not a question in my mind. Music, I might never make a lot of money from music.
Right.
I just like music, but I might never make it. Don't matter how good I think I am or how good everybody thinks I am, like everybody that I know or something. It's like fighting is more fact, I think, than opinion.
Do you think your music is better than Tyron Willis?
I've never listened to Tyron Willie's music. I've
Let me
heard
stop talking shit
I've
because
heard-
Tyron will fuck me
I've
up. man.
heard
You're like-
clips of it and it didn't sound.
I've heard
very,
pieces
very,
where
very-
it was okay.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Remember, it's opinion based, right?
Yeah.
So he thinks it's hot and he can whoop my ass.
He
So
doesn't
it's
think-
hot.
He doesn't think it's hot. There's no way. There's no
I know
way.
Leon doesn't think it's hot, and I also heard that fight might be in jeopardy.
It's gone.
It's done.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, it's done. It's all.
So Leon got injured.
No, he didn't get hurt. They're doing that ban to where like you can't travel and shit, and he would have had to leave by I
The
think
UK ban,
tomorrow, and he's got a family and shit, and his coaches can't just leave by Monday, or whenever they were supposed to leave by. So he's not gonna be able to get to the U.S. because now whenever that fucking travel ban goes on, yeah. So that
Gotta
fight
find
is
somebody
on.
else. If they can find somebody else.
Who do you find to fight Tyron Woodley
Diego
on
Sanchez.
fucking-
He would do it though, unfortunately.
He wouldn't get his ass whooped.
Well, what
Hey Diego,
Yeah,
still come on.
he
his
could maybe
show.
he could
Still come on his show, but he would get his ass whooped.
You saw what I did, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, we love you, but you know what? This is what he could beat him at. Will and cardio, maybe. That's it. Let's say if Tyron gets tired and he just like look at the camera, be like, man, I gonna keep lying, motherfucker. You can lie.
Will only matters when the skill is somewhat close. I think.
Ooh, will and skill. I like
Yeah.
that.
It only matters when the skill is somewhat close and the skill's not somewhat close.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's all.
Cause like we can't just throw you in there and you be like, oh, I got
No.
more will than Floyd Mayweather.
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
the will only comes in when the skill's close.
That'd be bad. I wonder if I can even land a punch on Floyd.
Yeah, you
I don't
should be
think I
able to.
could though, fam. I don't look.
One?
Where? Because then if I just
Body?
punch him on his hip, I'll do that.
No, it's got to be clean. Body, head.
Like a clean body shot. Because he's going to
It's
give
got
me
to
this
touch.
shit.
It's got to touch.
And I'm definitely not touching his face.
It might do this. It might do this and then slide.
Does that
straight hit
count?
The body.
Does
Yeah.
the arm body
No,
count?
no. If it slides off, hits the body. We'll count that.
All right. I need some help.
Yeah, 1 for 93, but who cares? You
All
got
right. I
one.
don't give a fuck, man. Like 1 for like 3. I'm going to
You
get
got
like
one.
5 and get tired. He's
Yeah.
going to finish me. I'm going to fall. And I'm going to have a press conference and a party. I'm biting all you motherfuckers.
Bro, look, Connor started that liquor shit after that, didn't
I'm
he?
playing, man.
Yeah, he
I'll
pulled
fight
it out
Connor
at the
today.
fucking post fight, like, oh yeah,
Real
blah, blah.
quick.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thank you
We're
for
gonna
having
have you
me.
on again, maybe close to your, if everything goes well with your next pro fight.
Okay.
Maybe even after, because then we could take some video and
Of
have
you
it play
sleep,
into it.
just
Yeah, so we
outboxing.
can talk about it. Yeah, like we'll be looking at it like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. It's so cool seeing you grow and get better and better day by day. And you're a good young man. And I want you to continue to be a good young man. You're doing great things at American Muay Thai. Shout out them, Jesse, and the whole crew out there. If they want to contact you for anything fight related or music related, how can they reach you?
I eat ass at gmail.com.
Hey.
I guess just Instagram, Facebook. It doesn't matter. I'll see it eventually.
Dope.
But don't contact me.
You can this
Unless
guy.
you're giving me money or offer me fights. or telling me you like my music, don't contact me.
Damn, that's a real fucked up shit. Unless you kissing my ass or paying for my time,
But
don't
like,
talk to me,
why I want
bitch.
somebody that I don't know to just come message me like, yo, what's up?
You don't know until you know.
They're gonna be like, yo, what's up? And I'll be like, nothing. What's up with you? And
Just
then
want to hit you. I saw you on the show.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
All right, bro,
I'm
thank you.
always down to. I'm not a dickhead, but
Make it
maybe
mutual
I am.
beneficial.
Yeah. Well, no. So don't you as long, but you better
Don't be
come
weird.
with good conversation or
All right.
something. Yeah. Don't just hit me up like, hey, like, bro. What am I supposed to say to that? Hey,
Hey back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. And then where's it go from there? It
You
don't
can fight,
usually-
bro.
Yeah, I don't like having no basic ass like.
I dig.
Oh man, you like the weather today? I don't like those conversations.
Why I sound like a white guy and a nerd? Yo, this guy is rude, man.
You like the weather
Like the
today,
weather,
buddy?
man?
Like, it's all right.
Come to find out, it's Bill Gates' nephew, and he has a shitload of money. He's looking for a fighter to buy a whole gym and let him. And you're
Oh,
like,
he
man,
can do
suck
that,
my dick.
But again, they say you got to get used to me saying shit like that.
Get used to it. It's gonna be a wild, wild class. Thank you for coming on. We're gonna clap for my man Steph. We'll have him back on shortly. And if you also want to reach him, of course you can contact me and I'll forward you to him. He's a phenomenal coach, good guy, and a great fighter, and we see great things for him. So
Absolutely.
we'll have you on again, and we'll have you on as much as you want to come on, and it's gonna be fun looking back at these videos one day.
Absolutely.
Talking about, bro, we
Yeah.
talked about that
Yeah.
then, and you're doing it now.
When I'm on PBC or something,
Yeah.
and just made $1 million, I'll still come back.
I like, please.
Absolutely.
Hey, give me a job on that
Absolutely.
motherfucker. Like, my man, he's pretty good on the mic. Maybe you should like hire him.
Give fucking Not Safe for Ears exclusive interviews. How we do interviews with nobody else.
Look, why you think I'm interviewing all you motherfuckers now? Because I know you guys are gonna blow up. It's like, bitch,
Yeah.
show me some love, man.
Oh, you know that.
I appreciate you guys, man. Look, if you're watching, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe, check us out, and fuck your mother skunk. All right, they don't know what that means, but somebody's gonna Google.
I
it
didn't
and
even hear
figure
what
that
you
out.
said.
Fuck your mother
I don't
skunk.